This is Media Philosophy, and we're exploring the deeper side of internet censorship. More specifically, that sort of internet censorship that's self-imposed, that influencers or YouTubers or whatever will code into their videos so they can avoid saying big, scary words that tech industries have labeled as no-goes. And what's really funny or interesting about this sort of self-censorship is some people equate it to some Orwellian dystopia where certain words or phrases are considered thought crimes and can get you into serious trouble. But that's not really what's happening here, because while in 1984 you would have really extreme measures to snuff out certain thoughts, ideas, whatever, in today's day and age, it's not like those ideas, you can still talk and think about these ideas, and in fact people do, and just use secret language to get through all these filters that exist. In 1984, nobody's using pictures of toast to describe Big Brother as some sort of inside joke. But in today's day and age, you have so many things like unalive, roadblocks yourself. That's, I think, one of my favorite phrases out there. And then you can even go further with more complex messages. For example, I know that just the coffee cup emoji is supposed to be some derogatory term towards women or whatever. And the only reason I know that is because the origin of that coded message comes from the spy from Team Fortress. He has some sort of animation, some sort of taunt where he holds some coffee cup and goes, "Women," or something like that. I believe that's the origin. And anytime I can give Team Fortress a shout out, I will, even if it might be under some misogynic overtones. But hey, you gotta take the wins when you can, when you're in love with a 13-year-old game. But anyways, with this self-censorship, we can still talk about these ideas. In 1984, it is a crime to even utter a bad word about Big Brother, probably just as it is to talk about President Xi Jinping in China, yet, we all call him Winnie the Pooh, whatever. Again, another fun coded message. But again, people might find it ridiculous that you might have to say mustached man or history man or whatever when they're talking about World War II videos. And I wonder what the real effect of this is, because some people say it does stop people from saying the truth. And I'm not chronically online, but I feel like there's tons of videos out there that get popular that say certain words that are apparently taboo or banned, because people want that genuineness. Again, if a video is good, if a video resonates with people, it's going to spread regardless of the language. Now, that is, of course, in case, the platform completely removes it for this reason or that reason, but that's not exactly what we're talking about. So I wonder how much the self-censorship is a myth, that someone posts a video that doesn't do well, and instead of saying, like, is this video topic interesting? Did I present it in a cool way? They might jump to conclusions. Now, to be fair, when I have talked about more controversial topics in my own past videos, sometimes I do see a little notation at the bottom that might say this or that about the topic that I'm talking about, even if it's not even the right context. So obviously YouTube is listening and whatnot, and I guess people say that YouTube and other companies, because they're dependent on the algorithm, that they need to behold to this self-censorship, this silent censorship. But again, if people are going to share your video and like your video, it's going to get seen, it's going to get eyeballs on it regardless. So I just wonder if there's been any real evidence of the suppression, on how hard the suppression can be. Because maybe some topics, it's just weird, because tech companies, social media platforms must be in such an awkward position where they just can't win, because on one hand they'll have people screaming about free speech, and then on the other aisle you have people talking about protecting children. And then in another aisle, you have some people being like, you have to give everybody a community. And then you have another side saying you can't give a platform to extremists. So what are these tech companies to do? Well, I guess different companies have taken different approaches. You have Elon Musk, who supposedly has a free speech platform, yet has X'd out a few phrases. I always love it when people post those cisgender screenshots and whatnot. I don't know what Facebook does. Mark Zuckerberg, I guess, just throws up his hands at this point, just said people can just post whatever they want. And then I guess, yeah, YouTube has its stuff. TikTok might not even be around that much any longer, and I just stay off Instagram. Honestly, I really stay away from social media as a whole, besides just posting these videos and whatnot. So I'm probably really out of touch. So if I'm super misinformed in this area, then let me know. But if you are in with the trends, you're going to be able to stay up with it. And it's probably not even that hard to find the current slang. Again, Roblox yourself is probably super old. I know there's more current slang out there for these risque topics. But while it might be controversial to say, I can see how you do, as it might want to rein in certain topics of conversation, because I think a lot of people forget how many kids, whether they should be here or not, are online unsupervised. And while adults may be able to have nuanced conversations about very serious, very deep concepts, or maybe able to joke about some very serious, deep concepts, children might not be able to handle that. Now, I'm not saying we have to put on the kid gloves for everything, and a lot of people would accuse YouTube of doing exactly that. I disagree. I know people get really salty when their favorite video gets migrated over to YouTube Kids and then comments get deleted and apparently lost forever. I think that's always funny when people claim that internet history is lost forever when a video goes from regular YouTube to YouTube Kids. It used to be, hieroglyphics getting destroyed and cave paintings and whatnot, but now the real word of the people is in the YouTube videos of cartoon clips from 20 years ago. You can't blame the people for converging and gravitating to what speaks to them, but I digress. I mean, how do you really balance protecting kids? Because you can't expect parents to be able to rein in internet use. And I think a lot of people my age or Gen Z take for granted that we were the main people on the internet more or less since the dawn of the internet. Now, obviously, the internet has been here since, I think, like the 80s and stuff like that. And have been people connecting online since its inception, but I would say that ever since dial-up got phased out, people born in the 90s and late 80s are sort of those techno... We're not really, the techno... What do they call them? Nomads? No. We're not sort of those people that were just, born in the tech generation, but we were able to grow up with it and really influence, I would say, the online discourse at the beginning. But now you have people who are probably the same age I was first exploring the internet when I was going on sites like Newgrounds and whatnot. I want to say, and that was going to be at 4th, 5th, 6th grade and whatnot. You have those same age group of children going online, but now it seems like it is just infested with adults, and not just adults, but adults who have been online for a long time, very sophisticated on how to use online tools, and really probably even pushing messages nowadays. And I think that's the big change that's happened with the internet, was we've really gone from just silly connecting with our peers to an older demographic trying to either gain views or influence the younger folks for a monetary gain. And unfortunately, there are some very sensitive topics that probably do need to be hidden behind some sort of audio filter. I don't know exactly what happens. So I don't know how you really balance that. If I was in charge or able to make one super extreme change, just if I could wave a magic wand and just make an extreme change to the world, just one, I would have age-restricted internet. And what I mean by that is from different age groups, you're basically stuck. We gather all the different age groups and have them on the same network. So from like 8 to 10, they're all on the same giant worldwide, nationwide server, whatever. 11 to 13, 14 to 15, whatever. However you want to split it up from basically like 8 to 17. Everyone is in their own personal servers, and when you're 18, whatever, you can graduate to the adult internet. And these age-restricted internets, I think, would be cool because then you're just stuck with your peers. Right now, like I said, there's just too much outside influence where the tech companies have to come up with crazy barriers to try to protect these predatory people from influencing and radicalizing children and whatnot. So again, if I was in charge and able to just wave my magic wand, age-restricted internet, and then it could be, like I said, nationwide, worldwide, whatever. But I think it would almost create like a internet high school in a way that one of the beauties of school is that you interact with the same people all the time, and you kind of get to know them over the course of a decade and a half, almost 2 decades, whatever. So if you restrict internet based on age groups, you're going to be able to forge more special connections. You're going to be able to stop worrying about 24-year-olds sexting with 14-year-olds. Oh my God. I mean, these are real concerns that people have right now. But I guess, I don't know, I kind of got away from the whole point, which happens every time with these videos. But I guess I started off this video by just wanting to say that while internet censorship is out there, a lot of it, again, is, I think, overblown. There's a lot of videos out there that get popular talking about these heavy topics. So if you do want to talk about something that's quote-unquote taboo, don't let some preconceived notion that no one's going to watch your video because you talk about something stop you. Because newsflash, no one's going to watch your video because who watches just random YouTube videos nowadays? And that's me thanking you if you've actually gone this far. This was The Secret. And since you have actually passed the test, here is my cat that just came and wanted to say hi. I don't know how in frame that was, but congratulations. You passed. You made it. Welcome to the Media Philosophy Cat Club, exploring the deeper side of entertainment.